So why would somebody own a company like SpaceX or SpaceX and XAI, the combination, before they IPO? SpaceX and XAI are the largest positions in our venture fund, which is a crossover fund. It invests in public companies and private companies, but mostly in private companies. Why invest in venture at all? And particularly, why would you want exposure to SpaceX and XAI now when reputedly they're going to IPO sometime this year? Well, there's a few reasons. One, there's no guarantee that these companies will IPO. SpaceX has delivered, remarkable both engineering and business product performance over time. The Starlink satellite system is probably the fastest growing, telecom network in the world right now in terms of customer onboarding and revenue onboarding. If anything, it's exceeded our expectations in terms of the rate at which it's commercializing, and we think that itself could be remarkably valuable. It's possible that the company moves ahead with its plans to IPO, but it's also possible that they get, another round on the private market side to kind of like further, buttress their balance sheet and to continue along their development trajectory. So there's no guarantee that a company will be public until it's actually public and has gone through the IPO process. Two, given the remarkable pace of progress for, certainly SpaceX, XAI over time, and many of these AI companies. So on the venture side, we're also invested in Anthropic and OpenAI and other companies that are likely to IPO sometime over the next year or two. The the rate at which they're delivering on their business plans has caused, at least over the past couple of years, no guarantee of future results, these companies to appreciate in value meaningfully over reasonable time steps. And so if you wait until the IPO to get exposure, you'll potentially miss some appreciation and value for the underlying entity. Then there's also, not just the business progress the companies make, but as a company prepares to IPO, they hire Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs and all these investment bankers to go out and instruct public equity portfolio managers, this is what this company is potentially worth. And there is actually a lot more investment dollar in the public equity market than there is in the venture private equity market. And so the companies are opening themselves up to a larger pool of dollars with kind of institutional allocators that can, the pool of investors and dollars that could be invested could be meaningfully larger. And so it's possible, but by no means guaranteed, that, the IPO bankers do their work well and that the public markets really appreciate the potential value of these entities. And so kind of getting in, after it's IPO'd could be a very different price than you can get it on the venture side. And then even further, the IPO itself, often those IPOs, there's an allocated number of shares that the company is raising, and those are, metered out to various entities. And so there's no guarantee that you'll be able to actually get the IPO at the IPO price. And you can argue about IPO pricing. It's like, why should something list at one price and then at the end of the day it's up 30%. But that's the reality of the way the market sometimes shakes out, is the IPO price is not the price you can actually practically get it at. So the reason we have a venture portfolio is because we think some of these private companies are some of the most interesting, provocative, and impactful companies in the world. The reason we've invested in SpaceX and XAI and Replit and Anthropic over time is because we thought we were getting great value for investor money in those companies by investing when we did. So that's why to invest in venture and why to invest even when the companies are on the cusp of coming public.